Manga! Es war ein langer Krieg. Ihr habt tapfer und stolz für euer Vaterland gekämpft. Seid eine besondere Truppe, die ineinander...
Hey everyone, Hydrahead here, and we're going to talk about manga. So, I guess I really don't have a style, so I can't say this isn't going to be the style I normally do, but this isn't really going to be a review. I'm just going to kind of talk about this a little bit because I just read this for the first time. I haven't seen the anime before, but I've heard a lot about it. Also heard a lot of people complain about Deku, or Moriyama, I think is his real name, being a real played out style character, and a lot of people seem to really dislike him. I didn't really catch that so much. I mean, he's plain, and I guess that's kind of a stereotype for manga. He has no power in a world where everybody has a power, and that's kind of a played out trope, but at the same time, it's not exactly the same as everybody else's. And that doesn't really play that much of a role because he ends up getting a power. This is by Kohei Horikoshi, and you can all pretty much guarantee that I'm going to be butchering some Japanese words in this. This is, of course, a manga by Shonen Jump. So like I said, I haven't seen the anime at all. I think most people probably have because it's on now. And apparently it's pretty popular. The main reason I got this was number one Marmaduke fan talked about it, and just some guy talked about it. Sounded alright. I had a gift card at my comic shop, so I picked it up. And it's good. Typical manga style, all grayscale. I think the art is fine. The artist continually bashes himself in these little between scene spots, and that's kind of funny. So apparently this Canyon chick was supposed to be one of the main girls, but they decided against that and instead turned the main girl into this not seen her yet, pretty girl. So the main protagonist is Deku. He's this little plain looking kid here. The main antagonist so far is this kid here. That's kind of a bad picture. His ornate power, his quirk, they call all their powers quirks, because they really don't understand anything about him, and everybody just kind of started developing them. His has something to do with explosive power, so he's a natural born warrior. He's also a big of a stuck up douchebag. I guess it's kind of a typical manga villain, I guess. I mean, the whole reason he's pissed off is because they were friends as little kids. Deku had a extremely positive personality type, and this guy hated it, and that's pretty much just developed into a severe hatred. And he bullies the shit out of this kid and keeps telling him he's never going to be a hero. Eventually, after school and after being severely bullied, the antagonist. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. I think Kachan. Pretty sure it's Kachan. He ends up getting attacked by some sort of evil mud monster, which should be coming up pretty soon. Yeah, right here. This evil mud monster here. It attacks Deku first, but All Might ends up saving him. And then while Deku is creeping on All Might and being a massive, painfully aggressive fanboy, the mud monster ends up getting Kachan and almost taking him over. All the professional heroes that are watching are just waiting for it to go down, basically, because none of them have a power that really match it or are powerful against the mud monster. So they're just basically going to let it happen and hope for the best. Deku ends up running in, prolonging the event long enough that All Might can show up and save the day again. Before this, All Might had told Deku that it was really pointless for him to be a hero. He just should look at being a cop or something and stop chasing a dream that's impossible. But then he sees Deku save this kid and realizes that Deku is more of a hero than any of the people in the Hero Academy, and that having a power isn't what makes you a hero, it's what you're willing to do in the face of danger. And it is basically Deku bitch slapped him with actions instead of words. So Deku becomes his basically inheritor of his power and gets to join the Hero Academy that he was positive he would not be able to. Well, he gets to start taking the tests. So a couple things I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting All Might to look like a little stoner when he wasn't all powered up. That's pretty cool. And I like the what they did with him is when he's in his normal, he's super gaunt. His eyes are almost entirely black except for these little white pupils, and that was supposed to be like a indicator that all of his power was condensed down into just the pupils. But the artist says he wasn't a good enough artist to get that across, so he just has to go with what he did. I mean, really, so far all the characters are well written. I don't have any complaints about them. I personally don't think they're overly played out. I'm not a I mean, I I got into manga and anime kind of late. It was after high school when I started getting into it, so I'm certainly no expert. I think there's a lot of guys that are about half my age that know way more about this stuff, so maybe there's a lot more tropes showing up than I really realize. And this is what I'm talking about, the little character breakdowns. They give you their history, they talk a little bit about their name and their powers. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's neat and informative. And this one pretty much ends with him being accepted in school, learning a little bit more about his powers. Their version of the cliffhanger was us not quite seeing what Deku looks like with his costume on. It looks like he's going to be a ridiculous looking bunny. I guess that'll be in volume 2 though. And then on the back we got this funny little ad for hair products. And she's cute. Yeah, I thought that was funny. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's really more of a ramble than a review. I thought it was good. It was easy to read. I sat down and read it in one sitting. I mean, it's not hard to read manga. I really don't know what else to say. Oh, one cool thing he does at the back. So he thanks everybody who helped that doesn't get their name on the book. And they all get a kind of like a character overhaul. And apparently he has some hot assistants. Some assistants that are right up my alley. Well, alright. I'll go ahead and end this because this is a pretty terrible video. But yeah, if you guys haven't if you haven't checked it out, check out My Hero Academia. You get these books for pretty cheap off of in-stock trades. You can get the scanlations online if you really absolutely cannot afford to spend $9 on a, what is this, like 100 pages? Quite a few pages. So, it's good. Check it out. Thanks for watching the review if you made it all the way through. Hail Hydra, baby.